Hello, Tammy here, and my battery's blinking, but we're going to keep going, and maybe I can do a bubble back really quick. This will make it a part 3. So let's screw this little thing back on. This is just for those who are interested in seeing the gun being put on again. There we go. Now let's try it, and let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. I got my bubble back. I'm doing good. Love it. Donate my paint thinner to them, to the cause over there. And I still got paint thinner left. I'm making this paint thinner squeak through to the very end here. Well, thank you for joining me. One thing I just want to say before I go is that it can be scary when you look at this, when you're airbrushing. And I'm the first one to tell you, I get scared because I don't want to hurt anything. I mean, I want my dolls to turn out looking nice. And if the blushing isn't going to look nice, I don't want to do it then, you know, type of thing. But you got to fight through those fears. And once you fight through the unknown and the fears and everything, you become better and better and better at it. You can see that I was still bringing out brown paint from the last time that I airbrushed. So I'm not perfect at getting it clean all the time. What I want to do is I'm going to buy myself a plastic dish where I can just fill up with some paint thinner and just let it soak inside there, and all that will come out. I think that would be a nice thing to do once in a while. Just do that with it. Now you can get airbrush cleaner. That's one thing you can do, but a paint thinner does the same thing, especially when you're working. I'm working with oil paint. Oh, we got to put the lid on here too. So the thing is that, you know, be prepared, you know, to go through a little bit of paint thinner when you do this. But once you get onto it, you get better and better. Now the last 2 times here on camera, I fouled it up a couple of times here. I don't know what's going on with me personally myself with it, but you have your ups, you have your downs. You're going to be good at it sometimes, and then the next time you don't know what you did. But I found out what I understand this time what I'm doing now. I was putting, there's a little button inside here. You'll see it, if you look down in your gun, there's a little round circle down there. I'm putting it before the circle. You have to put it this after that little round button inside. That's how, whoop, whoa, watch what I do. Okay, that's leftover pressure. And that's what you got to do with this. I got to remember, it's got to go after the button, not before the button. So when you're cleaning your gun, if you have a gun like mine, just remember you got to put it in after the button, not before the button. So you'll see what I mean when you look down inside your gun. You'll see this little round button right there. And that's where I was making my mistake when it came to cleaning this. Now I would like to put just a little dibble dabble. I always do this all the same. Just a little bit of paint thinner down in my gun. Okay, we're just going to put I just like to put a little bit before I pack it off for the night. This is just a little bit. And anything that's in there that might be remnants will get this, it will soften it and keep it soft and not cure inside the gun and become part of the gun itself. Because once you have a clogged gun, your needle's clogged or whatever, you're cooked. So you want to make sure that your needle, that's going even around the needle itself. So you want to make sure that everything stays open and everything, and that everything is open on this end too. So I'm always wiping and making sure that everything's looking great, you know, and I'm always cleaning and making sure, you know, but it's not, I don't want you to be scared of it because you're gonna miss out on a wonderful opportunity of airbrushing your dolls and having them look wonderful again. And it's a beautiful thing to do once you get onto it. I know I have stumbled a few times in front of you. You are going to as well. It's learning. I'm always learning about my gun. What I think I know, all of a sudden I forgot again. And all your steps that you gotta do with your gun. But don't be afraid. Learn from me what I've done, and you'll probably do even better because you don't have to go through all the mistakes I make along the way. And you'll look down your gun and see that little button down there, and Tammy says to put it past the button. Try it out and see how that works for you, because that's what I did this time, and it worked. Now it works great. I had it before the button and it wasn't working. So yeah, that's great, and I love that idea there. Now you can buy more needles for your gun. If your needle does become clogged, don't worry about that. You can go online and buy needles for your gun. So but I've had this needle since I've owned it, like for a long time. Now I do have extra needles here too as well that I can use in this, but I've been happy with this size needle. There are different sizes that can do different jobs. So I like to venture in time and try different needles and just see what they do. And that'd be a nice little video to make, and we'll just get some cardboard out and we'll just spray cardboard and just see what does a bigger needle do and what does a smaller needle do. I don't know, maybe I'll get a more finer airbrush out of it when it comes to doing blushing. So like I said, I would like to get a second gun just like this here and have it for red. Because when let's say you want to jump to white next after this, you got to make sure your gun is totally clean of the red, because it will come through your white. So you're going to get this pinky color or this little off, reddy color in your white. So that's the problem. That's why I got a little bit of stuff in there just to kind of wiggle it around and make sure that it stays, it softens it and keeps it soft, and not to cure inside the gun itself. So just a little titch. You don't have to put, just a little bit. You saw how much I put in. It was just a little bit. And just to go in the bottom of the gun there and down, what it does, it falls down into this part of the needle. And it just lives in there, until you're ready to move on into the next step, so to airbrush again. And so once and I used the color, it's oil paint, Brilliant Red. No, is it Brilliant Red? I shouldn't say anything until I see it. I haven't got my glasses on. I thought it was Brilliant Red. Yeah, it is Brilliant Red. There we go. And it's oil number 1 acrylic, oil paint, not acrylic, oil paint. It's just number 1 paint, academic level 1. You don't need to go any higher than that. It's just good old artist paint. Artist Loft number 1 paint. It works. It works just as good. Now, if you want higher end paint, I guess you can go for it if you want. I just don't see the need for it, but I don't know what the value of it would be. I think that's more for the person who's doing a piece, artwork on a piece of cardboard. Whatever they call those things. And so anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. You enjoyed the talk, and you see the difficulties that I have, and you can avoid them by listening to me with what I never touch this, because I'm not sure what to do with that yet. And you can see I'm new still. I look at that and I go, don't touch it. You just don't. God put it there for a reason, and God says don't touch it. That's how I look at it. Until I understand what that's for, we're not touching it. But I've never had a need to, so there you go, just like on the Goonies, there was a rock there. Remember the rock? They're in the cave. And she said, I wouldn't touch that rock there. God put that there. We shouldn't touch it. And out he touched it, and the bats came out. So bats will come flying out of there. So don't touch it. I've never had to deal with it. I've never had problems with it. So I'm not touching it. So as long as it works and does what I want it to do. But I know in time I'm going to have to learn what that's all about down there. But right now I've got this under control. And this is what I've been wanting to keep under control. But again, I would like a second gun. But thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great time airbrushing and learning your airbrush gun. And you're going to make bloopers. You are. And you're going to have fun with it, too, at the same time. Me, I come out all covered up in paint. I can't believe the stuff I do. So I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to put on my little blooper there that I made at the beginning. And I had paint all over my floor. And oh my goodness, yeah, I had up the chair and everything else. I don't know if it might be on me for all I know. I'm going to take a look and see. But things happen, and but give me a thumbs up if you like what you see on all these videos here, and a comment would be nice. But don't give up. Keep going. You can do this, You will get better at it, and better than me maybe even, and you can teach me what that thing is for down there. I don't know. So, but anyways, thank you for joining me, and we'll be coming back really soon with more videos. Bye-bye.